Hello, this is Mr. Kent of MrKent.com, and I recently put up a web page to help folks trying to get their Baofeng radio, their UV-5R and other models programmed up easily. And so if you come to MrKent.com, come over here to the right hand side, you'll come down here, you say it's pardon me, it says ham radio and the Baofeng UV-5R. And so since I've already got it up on this page, we'll just go over here and I'll go through it and show you what's available here. First of all, it contains links to a user manual, and that you'll download from my website. It has links to link to the programming steps, which I created for my friend Mike. And then Chirp software, which you can download on the from the internet, and then the software driver, which will also be downloaded from my website. So let's take a look, just to make it real easy for you to understand how it all works here. There's several manuals out there, but the best manual to get is the one which you download from my website, and it's called the Chinese Radio Documentation Project. And what they did was a group of guys got together and they documented the original manual and made it so it was easy to read if you speak American rather than Chinese. Because if you've ever tried to use Chinese manuals, they sometimes are very difficult to understand. So that I would download if you have a Baofeng UV-5R. Also, if you're looking for Chirp is a programming. It programs your Baofeng and makes it real easy. You can copy and paste from all kinds of different files that you've saved, and it's just a nice program. So to download that, you click here, and then oh no, that's the driver. I'm sorry, and the driver will download from my website. So that's the driver which you have to run Chirp. And be sure and get the cable that runs anywhere around $20, because if you go with the $4.95 cable, you'll have a headache. They just don't work. They work sometimes, but it's not reliable. So spend the extra money and get that cable, and then click here to download the driver for the Chirp software. And then in order to download Chirp, you navigate from the Chirp page up here. If you're running Windows, you would click there. If you're running Apple, you click there. If you're running Linux, you would click there. So and just follow the steps and download it and install it. And then you have to install the driver also. So that will get you the programming software, and it's pretty self-explanatory, and there's help menus and so forth. So that'll get you where you want to go there. Now, if you didn't have the money to get the cable, or if you just want to be able to program your Baofeng radio when you're not hooked up to the computer, like if you're out somewhere, you might want to click here and print off this little short page of how to set up your channels manually. I created this for my friend Mike, and that's how when we couldn't get our Chirp to work because we didn't have the good cable, this is what we put together. So I'll go through the steps quickly here. First of all, you make sure that you're in frequency mode. The little red button in the upper left-hand corner of the face of the radio, click on that and make sure you get into frequency mode, and then key in the frequency of the repeater that you're going to use. Now, if you haven't downloaded the app, it's called the Repeater Book. You download that app onto your cell phone. You'll find that it's really a nice app to have, because when you bring it up, it'll show you all the local repeaters, and it just goes, the first one is the closest, and it goes down the list further and further away. And on that app, it shows you the frequency, plus if you tap on the repeater that you want to use, it'll bring up the page that shows all the information, like the offset frequency, and you have and also the code that you have to, the transmit code that you have to send when you transmit. So that's step number 2. You'll notice you have to use. There goes a train by our house. We live by the railroad track. Okay, so now the train's gone. Anyway, so the transmit code, you go to 13 and you'll hit menu 13 and then hit menu again, and it'll drop you down to where you can use your up and down arrow keys to get to the frequency that the code of the code that you need to be connected with. So you go through there, and then when you find the one that you want, you'll hit menu again, and you'll hear the word say received, and then hit the exit button. So now you've got the subaudible tone that you need in order to reach the repeater. Okay, then step number 3, you have to know whether it's going to go, whether it's going to shift up or down from the receive frequency. So menu 25 is plus or minus. So you hit menu and then 25, and it'll take you to the window that says, and then you hit menu again, and you can change plus or minus or off. If you're going to use simplex, you would leave that off. But you look at your repeater app and see whether it needs to be set for minus or plus. And then when you get that set, you press menu, and you'll hear the words say received, and then press exit. Okay, now you just did menu 25. The next thing you're going to do is menu 26, and the last thing you're going to do is menu 27. So let's go to menu 26. You'll hit menu and then 26, and you will set the offset frequency. Now, it's generally 600 kilohertz, so if it's not saying 600 kilohertz, then you hit menu again and drop down, and you actually type in the 6 digits. You would type in 000.600, and then hit menu again, and that will set it, and you'll hear the voice say received. So you've got your offset frequency, how many kilocycles it's going to be offset when you transmit. Then step number 5 is you go to channel to pick the channel. You go to menu 27, and then when you get there, you press menu again, and you're going to scroll up and down to the channel that you want to set to be used for this repeater. And when you find the channel that you want, you hit menu again, and you'll hear the voice say received. Okay. Now the next thing you do is you have to input the transmit frequency, and the easiest thing to do is just to tap the scan button up there on the right hand side of your keyboard, and you tap that, and it'll show the transmit frequency. It'll display that. And so then you just go menu 27 again and make sure it's still on the same channel, which it probably is, and then you'll hit menu, and then you'll hear the voice say, whatever it sounds like, got some cheese or something like that. But then you hit exit, and you've got your radio program for the repeater that you're looking for. Now, print this off so that you can practice and just fool around with it, and you'll be able to program your Baofeng without using the computer. The computer is much easier and much faster, but sometimes you're not near a computer. So that's what this new web page is all about, is to help you get your software and your drivers, and if you don't have those, then you can just manually program your Baofeng. So I hope that's been helpful. I want to thank you for listening. God bless you. Thank you.